One of the things that I know a lot of different YouTubers in the financial space look to do is to provide financial education or bring to limelight some things that maybe people haven't thought of before. And that's because our education system doesn't really give us the tools that are needed to implement these things in our life, much like a budget or applying for a mortgage. That's why this week we heard from the Stephen Lecce that there is going to be a reform to the high school education that is going to include some of these things. So maybe some of our prayers have been answered. It's a huge step forward for the Canadian education system. And we're going to be breaking down some of the changes that are coming that I think are absolutely incredible. Our first step to bringing more financial education to the people. If this is your first time here, my name's Nick. Welcome to Ways to Wealth. Before we get into the video, I'd like to ask you a huge favor. If you learn something new or you get some value out of the video, hit that like button for me. And if you haven't already, please consider hitting that subscribe button, turning that notification bell on. I would definitely appreciate that. So like I was saying, the Ontario government ends grade 9 math streams, and it is adding not only financial literacy, but it is also adding coding, which I think is incredible in itself. I would absolutely love to code myself. So many jobs in the future are going to rely on this. So let's break it down. Education Minister Stephen Lecce unveiled the math curriculum changes on Wednesday. And one of the big changes here, and very noticeable, is that grade 9 math will no longer be split into academic and applied streams. So I remember going back to high school, quite a while ago now when I think about it, but you had to make that decision whether you were going to go the college or the university route, and you kind of predetermined where you were going so early on. So the fact that they've taken that out of grade 9 and made this a basic fundamental platform, no matter what you want to do after high school, is awesome. So we also saw, in terms of the course, the government said including financial literacy, where students will apply knowledge to real life examples. So not only will they be given the simple math to learn, they'll also be given the opportunity through examples to apply it. And what will that be based on? That'll be, in understanding the appreciation and depreciation of assets like a car, or learning how to modify a budget based on circumstantial changes. I'll be honest with you, I did not implement a budget into my life until my late 20s. If I knew this information when you're 14 or 15, whatever age group that is in grade 9, I think that is very important. I know that maybe I don't remember everything from the high school era, but I believe something as simple as a budget, understanding what's coming in and what's going out, what you're doing with the money that's coming in, I think are the pivotal, structure, the stability as to where we're going to go as a society. We've looked at the household debt numbers in Canada being at 170%. There is definitely a need for this education early. We need to understand what credit card debt means. We need to understand what applying for a mortgage means, especially when you're looking at putting 20% down as a first-time home buyer to evade the insurance. And there's so many different topics that hopefully it breaches into, or at least causes and creates some type of interest. So I believe that the last time they made any adjustments to the curriculum was in 2005 here. So we also saw and mentioned before, they'll be taught how to create, read, and alter code, Python, HTML. My knowledge in this is very limited, but I do believe, again, a huge part of where we're going in the future. They talk a little bit about what the previous course was, but the new course will build on that understanding of how data is collected, used, and stored by various organizations. So this, again, is so important when we look at the cloud and how many companies are analyzing data, if you don't track it, you can't measure it, you can't make changes to it. So data is the thing that makes all things move at this point. So again, I'm super impressed with what this is so far. There are some negatives out there from some people that think they haven't implemented the appropriate plan, but sometimes you just got to start and make your adjustments along the way. So I'm on the positive camp on this side. Let's just take a brief look at, again, what's changed here. So the real life connections is, the appreciation and depreciation of a car and the budget side of things. I think that's what they mean by real life connections. So students will connect with their learning in class to real life situations, develop an understanding of the importance of math across all cultures, obviously working with the numbers, all of the stuff that they've previously done before. I think just the real life connections when it comes to the financial literacy is the most important piece there. We also go on to see the difference in 2020, 2021, the coding portion that we've talked about, and definitely emphasize the importance there. Data literacy, learning will build on the elementary math curriculum as students develop their understanding of data, including how it is collected, used, and stored. Touch on that before. Financial literacy, we definitely touch on that. Appreciation and depreciation of assets like a car, or how to modify a budget. So that in all is, very positive news to me. I know a lot of different, people in our community, something I've said before, we strive to provide everybody with information. We definitely encourage people to go on, push through, do their own research. The internet is a great tool. YouTube University, Googling, that's pretty much how I've learned so far. But getting these, pillars into our society and into our education system as early as possible can only benefit our country moving down the road. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts down below. Is this something that Canada should adopt? Is there more that we could be doing on the Ontario side? Is this not enough? Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you're still with me, hit that like button. I would definitely appreciate that. I hope you have a great week. Thanks for watching. Take care.